This is Triple Play Fantasy Basketball here for a 2024 NBA Draft Big Board Top 60. Way too early. We've barely seen a lot of these players play in these new conditions. This is my fourth year covering the NBA Draft, which will play fantasy. I also am the lead analyst on the fantasy side of things, but I love draft. That's where it starts. And luckily, we've just been able to see the G League play, which, against Perth, featured some people that are going to be in my top 10 here. But yeah, if you're watching this video, you're a true hoop fan, because these are the top 60 product specs that a lot of people don't know about. The casual basketball fan. Honorable mention before we get into 60, Justin Moore, somebody that I like before he tore his ACL. He comes back to Villanova, and we'll see what he will put together this season. Harrison Ingram, Team USA ties back in the day, helping us win that U19 gold once upon a time. He transfers to North Carolina from Stanford. I liked his build. I thought he was a smart player. His shooting hasn't got there, so let's see if a new situation can help him out. Matt Cleveland has battled some injuries, but he's got that 6'7", 200 build with a high jumper release. They haven't totally given up on him. Arthur Kaluma, much the same, good size, but the shooting really needs to improve. He transfers from Creighton, where they went to the Elite Eight, and he had some big games in the tournament. He goes to Kansas State. Usman Nadaye, as an intriguing size and potential rim blocking ability. Terrence Arsenal comes back for the sophomore season in Houston, where he'll get some more opportunity. He was impressive as a high school player. So, again, haven't given up on him. My 60, Armando Bacot. With the United States just struggling to rebound the ball, they had one person in the top 10 last year. Someone from the United States. It was Julius Randle at number 9. America got to rebound better, and we don't really value it the same. And this is one of the greatest rebounders in NCAA history, averaging 13 last year. He had the most total rebounds all time in this season. He's led North Carolina all the way to the title game. And Armando Bacot, I know that's not the NBA that we play anymore, but I really like him. 59, Caleb Love. It's hit or miss with him. I was seeing him live in NCAA tournament, definitely look like a pro, but his inconsistency shooting really makes people pause. He goes from North Carolina to Arizona. We'll see how that transition happens, but his shooting percentages all went down that past year. 58, Zach Edey. Sometimes he can be the most dominant player in college basketball. At 7'4", 295, he is a load, but then at the same time, when he gets switched off to smaller defenders, can he keep up? A lot of times that's where our question lies, but talent like him, he should be drafted. 57, Baylor Scheierman, sniper. These are his junior stats. They dipped a little bit, but he was shooting 47% from deep. His role went down a little bit with Creighton's just really balanced team overall. But when you have a sniper like that, and that skill is just so valued in the NBA, and I could see him getting a spot at 6'7". 56, Tyler Kolek. I just love how this guy plays basketball. It's an efficient game. He's got vision. He's tough. 6'3", 190. Don't know if the NBA scout's going to come looking for him, but for me, I value him as a winning player. And he just plays hard. And he can rebound the ball pretty good as a guard. 55, Reese Beekman. I think he's due for a spectacular senior season. He's been starting this whole way, and he's been improving. I saw some of his summer clips, and I'm intrigued to see if maybe somebody looks at him to kind of that backup, maybe third-string point guard position. 54, Kevin McCallar. He's going to get a pickup in usage percentage with Jalen Wilson out. He fills in 6'7", 212, does a little bit of everything. Again, with players this size, you're looking for them to make improvements with shooting, and we'll see what happens with him. We'll see what happens with Coleman Hawkins, who's your kind of do-it-all a big man at 6'10" for Illinois. At 52, Ryan Kalkbrenner. He's a first of our 7-footers. Maybe we had one. Zach Edey. But that's a theme of this draft. There's so many 7-footers galore. And Ryan Kalkbrenner, we saw him shoot 31.6% from three. If you improve that, people are going to give you a look because he is a load inside at 7'2". 51, JJ Starling. Didn't have a great freshman campaign at Notre Dame, but he's McDonald's All-American. He can get you baskets, one-on-one scoring, and we'll see him transferring over to Syracuse if that's going to work out for him and work out for his draft stock. Big guy that can shoot. Tristan DeSiva of Colorado. He's going to be playing alongside the Williams freshman. Now you'll see in the first round. His roots are from Germany, who just won the World Cup. And you're going to see him playing with that team going forward. But big guy that can shoot. He's always going to give you some draft hype, and we'll see where he lies as far as where he'll get drafted. All right, some foreign theme going on here, but UCLA seemed to pick up all of them. We'll see how this all works. But Buyuktuncel of Turkey has good size and plays hard. I see that with a lot of these Euros that are in this draft in particular is like they're not soft here. So we're kind of getting away from that stigma. Jan Vide from Slovenia. He's been playing U16, U17. He's all the way up. And his U19 numbers in the World Cup, averaging 18, 4 boards, couple dimes. He puts it up. We're going to see if his efficiency can improve. At 47, Nikola Djurisic of Serbia. I know some of these names I might chop up a little bit, but he's been on the radar for a while because he gets after it and he shoots a lot. So in the Megas, Mozart U19 for Serbia, he averaged 27. He was clearly their guy. Rebounds 6 a game, 5 dimes. And so he proved that when he is a focal point that he can produce. At 46. Dylan Mitchell coming off of it was just a hard freshman year at Texas. I think he bounces back because, last year coming in and out of high school, he has a beautiful build for the game of basketball, and it's intriguing. So I haven't given up on Dylan Mitchell. I can see him bouncing back with a great sophomore campaign. 45, Terrence Shannon has been on the radar for years now, and he's just a bucket getter. So watching him and Coleman Hawkins for Illinois will be intriguing. But he had 11 games of 20 plus, and you just don't see that around college basketball much. At 44, looking for potential here. Cameron Carr, freshman from Tennessee, 6'5", 7-foot wingspan. Geico chance with that MoCon team where we have a bunch of those guys. But at the Peach Jam, in just recently in the summer, he had a 5.7 to 1 assist to turnover ratio. That's what you're looking for a player that is out there making plays for his team. At 43, reclass Trenton Flowers goes from basically your senior year in high school to going over to the NBL over there in Australia. 6'8", 210. He was the 18th ranked player in his class, and that's a good league to play in to see if you're made it. You're playing with a bunch of pros, and we saw LaMelo Ball out there. So the eye's definitely going to be on Trent Flowers this year. Ivisic, it just blew up on my social media with his highlights. He's hitting threes. He's blocking everything. In the U20 Croatia, Kentucky picks him up. We'll see what type of role he plays there, but he's such an intriguing prospect. His ability kind of even to handle ball at his size. 41, we got Mark Mitchell, sophomore Duke, 6'8", 220. They're loaded with guards, which I'm going to get to. but there's 4 of them, and they'll all be playing. So Mark Mitchell, I see him, playing a 3, maybe the 4 a little bit more this year. Former Sunrise Academy player, has the physical gifts. But again, I've said it time and time before. Can you shoot the ball as well? And we'll see if he can increase his defense this year. At 40, Kylan Boswell is due for a big sophomore year. Yeah, he's going to share the ball with Caleb Love, but I think that they can play well with each other. He's got a kind of stocky build at 6'2", so I'm looking for him to have a big sophomore year. 39, Deron Holmes. I think he would have got drafted last year. Look at these numbers: 18 points, 18 boards, 59 from the floor, giving you 2 blocks and a steal. Basically, it kind of does everything. Against VCU, he was destroying 28 points, 16 boards, 5 blocks. So he lies inside my top 40. 38, McDonald's All-American Xavier Booker, 6'10", 210, and his 24 points, minutes a game rather. He's giving you 15 and 8 in college for Cathedral Prep, and I see him being a big part of the Sparties this year. And I could even see him getting maybe some first-round buzz. 37, Rob Dillingham. Big shot Bob is a great ISO scorer. I don't know. I'm a sucker for these type of players that just wow with their offensive skills and their ability to, if you're going to play me one-on-one to get a basket, he will get that opportunity in Kentucky. Calipari has said it. That's why you're here. But if he's not efficient, we'll see what happens. You see him playing in OTE Elite last year, which it was an underrated league. You had him and Alex Sarr that we're about to see last year against the Dreamers team that featured the Thompsons in that first game. He had 24 points, 10 assists, hit 5 threes. He was the U16 FIBA MVP as well, giving them 16 points and 6 assists just 2 summers ago. At 36, Omaha Biliew, who didn't look so great in that Team USA stint, but 6'8", 210 for Waukee. Gave you 22 points, 10 boards, so he can score, he can get you boards, and he's a strong physical player. We'll see what he does for Iowa State this freshman campaign, but haven't given up on him. At 35, Baba Miller, tough freshman year, but 6'11", being able to handle the ball on the outside. His roots are Spanish, but I think that he can be a very intriguing player that, for me, may if he plays well, he could go to first round or just be off my board completely, but I'm definitely watching him for FSU. 34, Bobby Kilntman, signed an agent and go to pro. Now he's going to go play in the NBL. He was at Wake last year, 6'10", 225. Similar to Baba, he's tall, he's got some physical skills, and I'm not totally sold on him, but at the same time, I see why he's an intriguing prospect. Now, Melvin Ajinca just tore up the U19, leading France to silver. 49% from deep, 43 from the field, gave you 19 a game. If he's going to shoot like that, this lefty is going to be drafted. And there's a lot to like in that young man. 52, Akeem Bona, high flyer, chase down block. He could have been pro last year if he weren't to hurt his shoulder. I think sophomore year now. Again, with UCLA, they got a lot of mouths to feed and a lot of bodies, and we'll see how all of it works out. But he's going to be a big part of it, no matter what. At 31, Gerway Dual, 6'5", with basically a 6'11" wingspan, 16 boards. I think he's an intriguing defensive prospect. I mean, he's somebody that can climb up the charts playing for Providence as a freshman. More here on kind of potential builds. AJ Johnson, he'll be in NBL as well this year. No, he's not Jalen Green's actual brother, but they're mans. And with that, you get the opportunities that maybe some other players won't. But 6'6", He can score the ball at will. If he can hold up with his strength there, um, there's going to be a lot of NBA teams that are going to want his talent. At 29, Zachary Rechacher from France. I've seen him as high as 3. I'm not as sold on that. With the potential 6'9", 204. Usman Dang makes me think kind of his bill. I wasn't sold on him, but he might prove me wrong. But he's worth a gamble at the back end of that first round. 28, Riley Kugel in the last 10 games was giving you 17 points, 38 from 3. Former Dr. Phillips High School product, gave you 32.6 boards, 7 threes against DePaul on Christmas Day. There's a lot to like here, and he's due for a huge jump this next year. 27, Trey Alexander is going to be one of the better guards and players in college basketball. For Creighton, helped lead them to their Elite 8. He's a sound player, and he's exactly who you want. As far as for college, he's not your prototypical size as far as like on the wing, but if he can keep shooting lights out how he has been, he should be a first round guy. 26, I didn't know what to do here with Aaron Bradshaw. I love his potential, but when he's recovering from this foot fracture, who knows if he's going to come back at the beginning of the season? Will he sit out? But him playing role man with DJ Wagner over there at Camden High School, he's very impressive physically, but I'm not sold on the motor rather, which you need that going forward. But he could be a high riser. Speaking of high riser, high flyer, 25, Kwame Evans Jr. for Oregon. He's that athletic build. He's got them Baltimore, Maryland roots. Shout out in Mount Vert Academy. So we'll see what happens with Oregon. Sometimes freshmen get lost in that system. But I like his potential. And at 24, similarities in Kwame's game as I do Trevin Brazil. As my computer goes crazy. Trevon Brazil. Now, he was going to get first round looks last year, 6'10", 212. Transfer from Mizzou. He really hurt that Razorbacks team last year. I think he recovers from that ACL and gets right back in that first round buzz. 23, Terry Darlon was super impressive for the NBA Academy Africa in those 3 games, giving you 23 a game, 3 steals. I know this is a very short sample, but he was scoring the ball at will. He was hitting 35% on 10 threes a game, so he is not afraid to put it up. He didn't play in those first couple G League games, but he is an intriguing part of that puzzle. 22, Judah Mintz. I would have got him last year. This sophomore from Syracuse had 9 games with 20 points a game. That led off freshman. At 21, Caleb Foster. So we got Tyrese Proctor, we got Caleb Foster, we got Jared McCann. All 3 guys I have going in basically the top 20. Now, what he did in EYBL for Team Thad this summer wasn't just average 28 points, 6 boards, 5 assists. It's one of the most impressive guards there. And I'm going to see a lot of 3-guard lineups. And who knows if Roach might be the odd man out being the super senior. But I really like everything about Caleb Foster's game. At 20, Elliot Cadeau reclasses, moves up. He was the top point guard in his class. Led his team to the 2003 Geico National Championship. He had 14 assists in the ship. So it shows that he can distribute the ball well. He's slithery. He's smaller. So I think that, if you add like 3 inches, we're looking at the top point guard in this draft. But I think he's worth the top 20 or first round, possibly. Kel'el Ware, after that tough run for Oregon that freshman year. That's why I'm kind of looking at Evans Jr. See how far that's going to go. But he's going to go over to Indiana where he's going to get opportunities. But what I saw in U19 USA, I loved everything about it. 7 foot, 223, the ability to hold it down at the rim and be a high flying catching big. Kalel Ware still intrigues me. At 18 is Bronny James. Now this is if he comes back to full health, but his defensive ability to guard on the perimeter, to shoot the three, to play make, sound with his decision making. I love a lot about Bronny James. I think he's going to be a NBA pro for a long time. Wishing him the best. And not giving up on him at all. 17, Mackenzie Mkbaktu. He's originally going to go to Duke. He's heading over to Indiana. I think that's going to be a good move because he's going to get a higher usage percentage playing there. 6'8", big kid who rebounds the ball well. At 16, Edey Mara. Watching his clips, I was so impressed with the way he can pass the ball. In 7 games with you, 18 Spain and 1 silver. He gave you 14 points, 9 boards, a couple assists. He's blocking everything in sight with averaging 3. He's going over there to UCLA. But we'll be definitely watching him at 15. Marco Jackson, rather. This kid can boogie. Oh, my goodness. His ability to handle and get to the rim, he's a spectacle. I love everything about this kid's game. So I can see him going 15 all the way to 10. 14, Donovan Clingan comes back in his 13 minutes for UConn, helping lead them to the championship. 7'2", 265, got good feel, show signs of good passing. He's going to step it up big time and look for him and Stephon Castle. It'll be a beautiful 1-2 punch. Kyle Filipkowski, got him going 13. I would have got him in this range last year. There's a lot to like. He, to me, was the best player in Duke last year. 15 points, 9 boards. He could have went pro. Then he had 28-15 against Pitt. He had 29-10, 4 threes, 2 steals against VT. Now, that is where we're looking for, that 3-pointers. If he can be more efficient there, what's not to like about Kyle Filipkowski? At 12, Tyrese Proctor. He's looking to make a huge jump this sophomore year. And with that loaded backcourt with Foster and McCain, I could see him playing the 1 on offense and maybe stretching it out, playing some 3 on defense, because I think that's where their best team lies. Shooting 87% from the free throw line. He does have shooting ability. Australia born. Like a lot about Tyrese Proctor at 11. His courtmate Jerry McCain. He gives me like D-book vibes, but he's not really the same size. But his shooting ability is just bar none, maybe the best in the country. He's got that winning pedigree for Centennial High School, California Gatorade Player of the Year, back-to-back. At 10, Cody Williams, Jalen Williams, little bro of the Oklahoma City Thunder, and he got better each and every year in college. I think Cody Williams is going to do the same. Somebody's going to draft him based on potential. 6'8", he's lanky. But if you see his brother's build, I think that he can definitely put some weight on. McDonald's All-American game. Give me Cody Williams. At 9, Azan Almansa, playing for G League Ignite. He will put you in a spin cycle. He's another Spanish big being featured here. He played in the OTE. Last year, he helped Spain with the U17, U18, U19 gold. He won MVP in all of them. I never really see that. 6'10", 216. I feel like he is a safe pick going forward. At 8, Alex Sarr for his 26 and 10, 3 assists for Perth in that G League kind of showcase. I love everything about him as far as potential. He shows that he can shoot a little bit as well. So based on potential, give me some Alex Sarr. At 7, Jacoby Walker is a pure shooting, catch and shoot, shooting guard, 6'5", 180 for Baylor. In his junior year, he averaged 23 and 8 assists. McDonald's All-American, played Link Academy. in that last year of high school, and I see him being one of the better bucket getters as far as freshmen in the country. At 6, Stephon Castle, 6'7", 207, freshman point guard for UConn, has some of the best passing ability in this class. And that size that you're looking more so at the point guard position in the NBA. And I think it'll transition well. And I do think he has an outside chance of going top 5. I'm very high on Stephon Castle. At 5, Isaiah Collier was the McDonald's All-American MVP, goes to USC. He's probably the best freshman point guard in the class. He gets downhill. He's got a burly build. He can play make with the best of them. At Wheeler High School, he averaged 20 points, 5 boards, 7 assists, 2 steals. At 4, DJ Wagner, All-American, McDonald's MVP. He's going to play for Calipari, just like his pop did for Memphis, and he gets buckets in the same way. A 3-level scorer, bona fide NBA player. Love everything about DJ Wagner. Could see him going higher. At 3, his teammate Justin Edwards. This lefty was very impressive with their overseas showcase this summer. He's behind my 2 G League guys, but I think that there is a race for number 1, and he is definitely included. At 2, Matas Bazelis, 6'10", 200, plays guard. He's a really great catch and shoot player, plays smart. He could go number 1 here as far as, fit wise. But him going up heads up with Cooper Flagg, I was liking what they were doing little one-on-ones. I like how he can get to his spots. I got Cooper Flagg ahead of these guys here. I got Caden Boozer, but this is that type of year. And depending on the team that gets the 1 pick, I think that you could see him going 1. Ron Holland, though, is the guy. His very, very impressive 33 points, 6 boards, 2 dimes. He hit 3 for 6 from 3. He showed some step back, and I think that's the question mark on Ron Holland. Can he shoot? But if he continues to do this for G League Ignite, I think that it's going to be certified. He goes number 1 right now. 6'8", 200. We got a long season to go. He gets after it defensively, and that's really his calling card. He's a spectacular defender. He gets the best out of his teammates. So he is, to me, a safe pick that he's going to be a really good NBA player, but not necessarily what you want from the 1 pick. That's all we have. I'm Coach Lewis. Pleasure. I can't wait to update once we see some of these regular season games getting played in college basketball. This is an intriguing year for the 4th year in a row. I'm out.